Hello Enchanted ones, and a truly blessed Imbolc to you all. Today I will be bringing you along during my preparations for Imbolc, giving you ideas, DIYs and rituals. But if you haven't seen already, I have another Imbolc video from last year on how to celebrate to give you further ideas. But for now, sit back, relax and keep on watching. Imbolc marks the central point between the winter solstice and the equinox. It is a time still in the mists of winter, whether it be the days getting longer, the birds chirping, or snowdrops popping up and enchanting us with their delicate nature. It brings us hope and the optimism for the year ahead, and this is a great time for starting New Year's resolutions or having a spring clean of your home. The first preparation for Imbolc I have started this year is a Wheel of the Year in my Book of Shadows. It is so creative yet educational, and I will be doing this with each Sabbath. And if you want to, your celebration could be as simple as this. I simply find inspiration of what to draw with the colours and the nature we can see outside at this present time, and it's a great way to connect. Although some places may not have changed at all just yet, but even though there is a lot of bare ground around us, very slowly beneath the surface, things are changing. And although we may not be able to see the change, if we allow ourselves, we might be able to feel it inside. So today I journeyed into the woods to do something I do every Sabbath. Hello Enchanted ones, and welcome. Happy Imbolc. Today I'm in the woods and I'm about to start my first little ritual, I'm not sure what to call it, for Imbolc, and this is something that I'll be doing at the build up to Imbolc and the weeks that's gone past, and really it's something I do every time I'm outside anyway. I've been talking to you guys a lot recently about feeling the energy inside you and just embracing that energy. With the passing of each Sabbath, the energy changes in the air, so what I love to do is go outside and literally stop still and take a big deep breath, a couple of deep breaths, and to feel the air, the energy running through me, running through my veins. And then eventually, with the days, with the weeks that have gone past, I will be adjusting to the energy, and it will just help me and my body vibrate on a higher frequency. So I'll be able to be on par with what's going on outside. Because if you think about it, even though we might not be able to see the first signs of spring, the birds can, and they can feel it. And if they can feel it, we can feel it too. And all we need to simply do is breathe and let our bodies adjust to the energy in the air. I also collected a few small pieces of nature that stood out to me that had passed from last year for a fun DIY I had planned for later. I continued my travels home. I love to feel the new energy outside, but I spend most of my time inside, so I do surround myself with new flowers to bring the vibration of Imbolc inside my home. The most important thing for me this time of year is cleansing my space and uplifting the energy. So to start this, I used a cinnamon and orange incense stick to start cleansing my altar. There is not too much new life around me at the moment, so another thing I know, and you know I love, is ivy, and it's cleansing nature, and I'll be adorning my altar with this. And as well as new life, of course, crystals. Many crystals that are associated with Imbolc are about cleansing, balance and grounding. Amethyst is great for balance and to help clear the mind ready to start new goals. Orange calcite for willpower, helping your energy levels vibrate higher. Malachite for helping in healing and bringing any thoughts to the surface that you've been repressing to help get through them. Carnelian to represent fertility and to help you get grounded. Adventurine for health, success and luck. And clear quartz represents the cleansing and the winter, but it can also be used as the substitute for any of these crystals. Before I added these, I cleaned my altar, first wiping it down and then brushing any negativity away with my besom. And as I set it back up, I added the ivy, weaving it in and around any objects to cleanse and purify the air. I love adding crystals to my altar, but also I love adding different colours to symbolise this time of year as they still vibrate on the same frequency levels as the crystals. White to represent the winter, which is now slowly fading away. Brown that represents growth in the soil. Yellow for the return of the sun. And lastly green to represent the new plants that are in the early stages of awakening. But also green is the colour of Brigid's cloak. Something I was given as a gift but didn't know until recently was a Brigid's doll. And if you didn't know, Brigid is the goddess of Imbolc, the goddess of fire, the sun, fertility, and she brings fertility to the land and the animals. And by making or bringing a Brigid doll or cross inside will honour her and protect your home. So today I was to recreate this doll in my own way and to guide you along with me. To do this, I used string, but also corn, wheat, or just old pieces of nature from last year can be used. I used white, green, and black yarn for mine. I first wrapped the white string around a large hardback book 25 times to get 50 strands, and then secured each end with a piece of string. I then carefully slid this off the book, keeping its shape intact, and formed the head by tying all the pieces of string together at the top. I then wrapped the same string around a smaller hardback book 8 times to get 16 strands for the arms, slid this off and then cut all strands at each end. I tied them all together at one end and then plaited them all together. And now I had my dolly's arms. I put this in between the string at the top and then tied a knot to secure it in place, this time using a long piece of the black string. And with this I formed a cross shape around the body and the waist of the doll. The cross is a symbol of protection to keep negative energies from entering the home. Lastly, I wrapped the green string around the smaller book 20 times to give her hair. I threaded a piece of green string through the doll's head and then tied the middle of the hair strands to this. I then tweaked the hair, gently moulding it into shape with my hands, but also plaiting a few braids into it to give it more of a shape to the head. And lastly, I placed the old piece of nature I had collected in one hand, and in the other placed a new piece of nature from my new plant to symbolise both the old
and the new. These dolls were traditionally made to honour the beginning of the fertility season and the new seeds that were planted. Some were hung above doors to bring protection, but I'm going to place her at my altar to honour the season, but also I plan to hold my dolly when doing my cleansing ritual on the night of Imbolc. I have recently been writing a piece of music that is inspired by Imbolc, and on the night I plan to do a ritual to it. What I wanted to create is a song that can provide us with the moments of winter, but with moments of awakening and rebirth. A piece that helps us let go, but also motivates us to start new goals that we want to set to achieve this year.
I believe that music has the power to help us achieve any emotion, and at the end of this video I am going to be playing you this piece, and if you'd like you can do a little ritual to it, just like I am going to be doing. You could simply just meditate to it and see what comes up, see what arises to the surface. You could set up a letting go ritual, or you could do a cleansing healing ritual where you set yourself new goals. I am going to be doing all three of those things. I've recently been writing out my goals for this year in bullet point form, but also writing loads and loads of subtext with how I'm going to achieve those goals, how I'm going to see them through, and that really helps me understand and comprehend the small steps that will help me achieve the overall goal at the end. But also I've been writing what I want to let go of, what no longer serves me, so when I am able to let go, I will gain the strength and energy to carry out these new tasks. And it is this that is really represented in nature at this time of year. The old slowly decaying and dying away, and then the new slowly creeping its way up. I didn't know this until recently, but the term spring clean actually comes from nature and is represented in nature, and this ritual is essentially a spring clean for our minds and for ourselves. On the night of Imbolc, I'm first going to be playing my piece and then meditating to the music, and the next step is reading out the bullet points of what I want to let go of, really feeling each emotion as it comes to me and really just drawing it out. And then I'm going to be reading the new goals for this year, and the music will help me to stay focused and feel and take my mind where it needs to go. Above all else, I want you to remember that if you do not have the energy, if you don't feel like you want to start these new goals straight away on Imbolc, do not worry. Just listen to your body, keep breathing in the air of the season, and the strength will come. And there is a message of Imbolc, and the message is patience. Patience that the spring will eventually come. And Imbolc is the glimmer of hope that can help pull us through. So, Enchanted Ones, sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy. A truly blessed Imbolc to you all.